Casa for the first time in 10 years. Law and Order is on the mic together, and we're talking some grappling tonight.
Man, I'm so excited to be here, John. Yes, it's been 10 long years, but it's good to be here. It's good to be working with CFFC. We got a loaded card, a lot of fun, but let's get these matches rolling.
Let's do it. No sense in us talking when we've got some grappling to get to, and it's going to be fast-paced, fun submission grappling the entire night, and it starts right here at 175 pounds. Bobby Riordan and John Romero Jr.
The following CFFC BJJ bout is brought to you by Clubtails Crushers, crafted to chill. Introducing first out of the green corner, weighing in at 175 pounds, representing Bergen County BJJ, out of Garfield, New Jersey, John J. Romero Jr.
J. Rome's went over there and had a quick shake of the hand with our matchmaker, Jonathan Webb, paying some respects for putting him on the card for the first time, making his CFFC BJJ debut. What a setup. To kick the night off, you got to have a little bit of nerves at any point in your career, right, on a platform like this?
Yeah, absolutely, John. I mean, this is a big moment for him, and you got to set the tone for the night. When you're the curtain jerker, you got to go out there, set the tone, put on an exciting match. Let's see what this guy has to offer.
And his opponent, out of the red corner, weighing in at 174 pounds, representing Ocean City BJJ, out of Tenton Falls, New Jersey, Bobby Riordan.
Bobby Riordan making his third appearance at CFFC BJJ. Yet to pick up a win. He has a loss, he has a draw as well. Most recently, that draw was in May to Cameron Scalio, who's a very, very talented grappler. But third time, he's going to be a little bit more familiar with the setup, with the feel of everything, but you know he's hungry for that first win.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got to shake the nerves. It's your first time competing on the big stage. I mean, CFFC, BJJ, I mean, there is no greater stage outside of UFC BJJ where all these guys are trying to get to. So, shook the cobwebs off, got the nerves out of the way. Let's see what he can do in his second match.
Happy to have you on board from UFC BJJ. Incredible debut event. I know you got another one coming up on Thursday, and these two are going right at it, wasting little time. You see the clock there. Just 5 minutes to work with in these preliminary matchups, submission only.
Yeah, Riordan immediately with the guard pull. Look at the stack pass from Romero. Looking to get the side control. A nice re-guard from Riordan.
Quick scrambles underneath there. You said the emphasis is on attacking. We've heard that from the big bosses at the UFC BJJ, the revolution of grappling right now. That message has been sent to these athletes as well. It's all about attacking. It's all about creating opportunities, making things happen.
Man, I wish the people could have tuned in for your speech yesterday. Wayne, listen, you can't win. You can't win in any sport on defense. It's all about offense. There is no points here. It's all about finishing. It's all about attacking. You can't win a match on defense, John.
I love it. It was the great Stephen Tetchy who laid that one out. That one resonated with me. And you see right now, attacks trying to happen underneath from Riordan, had the leg up high on the shoulders.
Yeah, look at him right here, working for that power underhook. And you can see Romero looking for that stack pass again. He's got his head low, which is good. He's got to put some pressure on that underhook, but you can see Riordan's trying to fish that leg up, maybe get a triangle. Romero postures out.
Nice work from Romero to get out of that situation.
Yeah, working from a headquarters position right now. Riordan's got his legs locked on that half guard, kind of working the knee shield right here. Looking to attack that far arm.
Was going to point out the frame differences between these two. Bobby Riordan 6 feet tall. J. Rome's just 5'6", but we didn't even have a chance to see him stand next to each other. They got right into it on the mat.
And that's the beauty in jiu-jitsu is, look, there is strengths that can play in the favor of the smaller athlete. Obviously, there's strengths that can play in the favor of the longer athlete. So for Romero, it's all about being compact, trying to stack Riordan, try to pass his guard, and just be as compact as possible. And for Riordan, he's got to use his length. He's got to try to open that guard up, throw up some triangles, maybe work some arm drags. And right now, it's just a chess match thus far.
2 minutes gone by here in this card opening matchup. Riordan pulled early and has been working that position right now, inverting, trying to attack that leg.
Almost looks like a false read here. Looks him sit back on the leg here, which he does.
Look at this. Awkward positioning there with his left leg as well. Romero has some options, but
Romero's got to get weight on his leg, which he's doing right now. But you can see Riordan's attacking that straight ankle lock. He's got his belly down. Let's see him posture up.
Oh, you can see Romero trying to rotate the limb there. He's still in trouble. my goodness. Not letting go.
Oh,
there it is.
Got to get his leg straight, but too little, too late. Riordan gets a beautiful straight ankle lock submission. Way to set the tone, like I said, in the curtain jerker, you want to go out there and set the tone for the night.
That's it.
That holds true in jiu-jitsu, that holds true in mixed martial arts. The first fight, the first match, that sets the tone for the night, and Riordan gets the finish.
How about that? Third time's a charm. He gets his first win, and he gets it via submission. Great way to start the night. We'll take it over to Jason Lee to find the time of the stoppage.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee has called a halt to the bout at 2 minutes 43 seconds due to straight ankle lock. Declaring your winner by submission victory, Bobby Riordan.
Great work there from Bobby Riordan. Knew what he was going for from the start. Worked on it. Stayed aggressive with it. As you said, set the tone. Man, to come back after a loss, after a draw, to get that first win, to set the tone like that, great way to start the night.
Yeah, that's got to feel good, man. And for him now, that's got to give him confidence coming forward. And you set the impression for the matchmaker, Jonathan Webb. You go out there and get a finish. They're going to call you back. They're going to bring you back. That was just a sensational finish. Look how he attacks a straight ankle lock. He went chest down first, but now he gets to his hip, and look at the way he arches. It only took a nice little grip here, and the way you want to get the wrist bone on that Achilles, once you get that bite, you arch hard, you get the tap, and you finally get your first win in 3 tries. Congratulations to Riordan. That was great.
It really was. Fantastic way to start the night. As you said, Fury Professional Grappling, we've been around for 4 years. We've made the name change as well, similar to the way the Fight Pass Invitational is now UFC BJJ. You see now CFFC BJJ here. Here's what you're looking at. No striking of any kind, of course. This is submission grappling. It is submission-only matches. There are no points. There are no advantages. Nothing of the like. And you've got to get the tap. If you don't get it in regulation, we will go to an overtime period. Those get longer as the night goes on as well. And there, it's golden score. First takedown, first sweep, first pass, first what would be traditional points, IBJJF style, will get the victory. Now, the difference is in our title matches, which we'll talk about, there is not that golden victory, the golden score. There, they will judge the overtime period. Of course, you can still get a submission in there. All submissions are legal. Twisting leg locks not available on UFC athletes. That's the only thing that we do. When we use UFC athletes, we have to get them back nice and safe in good condition to McMaynard and Sean Shelby.
Hey, sign me up. No leg locks, dude. I'm in. Let's go.
You can check out the full rules at furygrappling.com. And as you said, we're talking about it later on tonight. Our main card will be on UFC Fight Pass. Fantastic lineup, including these key matchups at the top. Luke Fernandez and Phil Hawes. That'll be the inaugural Cruiserweight title match. Of course, originally thought it was going to be Pat Downey. Unfortunately, had to withdraw. Phil Hawes, a gamer, steps up, and he's stepping in on short notice. The champ, Junior Ocasio, is back in our co-main event as well. And then Steve Joachim and Elder Cruz. That's a big matchup right there. Andrew Cockle and Sergio Villas. Obviously, Cockle, a very familiar face here. Dietrich Trumbauer is back against Jack Reynolds. And a very intriguing matchup with Daishi Goto and Jarvan Pacheco as well. So a lot of fun matchups coming your way on our main card, but we appreciate everybody that is joining us here early on OnlyFans for our preliminary card. Fans starting to make their way in the building, and we will keep the action going now at 195 pounds.
The following CFFC BJJ bout is brought to you by Silverback Stripes Athletic Apparel. Introducing first, out of the green corner, weighing in at 190 pounds, representing Webb Fitness and MMA, out of Gloucester City, New Jersey, Nick Massaro.
Nick Massaro, representing Webb Fitness and MMA. I want to make the matchmaker proud, making a CFFC BJJ debut, as 4 amateur fights in mixed martial arts under his belt as well. Just 1 win among them, but it was a 6-second knockout. So if you're going to get one, get it in 6 seconds.
And his opponent, out of the red corner, weighing in at 190 pounds, representing G2G Gym out of Keyport, New Jersey, R.J. Jimenez.
R.J. Jimenez also making his CFFC BJJ debut. And he's rocking it out, man. He's bringing in the heavy metal as he walks in here, I think. Skull cap on, tats up, let's go.
In the Mickey Mouse sweatshirt, just to kind of
just to throw you off completely. I'm kind of intimidated, but he's got the Mickey Mouse sweatshirt on, so he must be nice.
Man, that head tattoo body's got to hurt. I'm just looking at that thing like, geez, oh my goodness.
I like to do it with the skull cap there just to save the reveal of that tattoo to the very end.
I like that. I still like the Mickey Mouse sweater better.
All right, 2 newcomers to the CFFC BJJ mats. As we keep the action going here inside Soundwaves, the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Friday night in Atlantic City. Quick shot there, but a nice sprawl.
Oh, and right away, Jimenez rolling for the guillotine, working from the front headlock.
My God! Oh,
Massaro's trying to roll out, but look, he's trying to get to a full guard.
Just chasing it. Look at this action early.
He's got a good bite on it. He's got the arm trapped. But for Massaro, it's imperative that you want to try. If he's going anaconda, you want to try to extend your body, extend that lock. But Jimenez having that leg locked, it's going to give him the bite on that anaconda choke.
My goodness, we talked about wanting action. We talked about wanting offense. Look at that. And by the way, it's not like Nick Massaro just gave that to him. I mean, the multiple attempts at escaping simply couldn't get out. Jimenez was not going to be denied.
Yeah, that was a really good sequence from the front headlock. I'm sure we're going to go over it in the replay. But look, way to stay true to your game and way to change submission attacks together from your strongest position.
Quick finish there. Let's find out the time. Let's take the Jason Liederfine.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee has called a halt to the bout at 34 seconds. Due to anaconda choke, declaring your winner by submission victory, R.J. Jimenez.
R.J. Jimenez with that great, and it was the subtle detail, right? Catching the leg that made it difficult to escape. It was beautifully implemented.
Yeah, well, a lot of times when you're caught in that anaconda choke, you want to try to get belly down, you want to try to fight the lock, but when you have that leg locked, you're able to sit and get that angle, and when you're able to bite on the leg like that, you can extend your body, try to pull the head away from the shoulders to give that arm a good space to attack the neck. So let's go over this right here. Look at the way he attacks his front headlock. He rolls for the anaconda from the gable grip, and look at the way he's able to trap the arm. It almost looked like he was going for a power guillotine, but good on Massaro to keep rolling, keep scrambling. Well, you can tell Jimenez had such a good bite on that front headlock. You can tell he wanted the guillotine, but he made the adjustment to string the submission attacks together. And once he locks in this anaconda, look at the way he's got the leg. It keeps Massaro from being able to extend his body and fight that lock, and essentially gets him to tap in less than a minute. That was incredible.
Incredible work, to say the least. We've said, looking for action. We've heard it from the boss at UFC BJJ. Listen, attacks, create offense, make things happen. And boy, that is the way things are starting tonight. And it's those subtle little details, right? So it's not necessarily the strength, it's the subtle details of locking, sealing off the escape attempts.
Yeah, and it didn't look like he was chaining a lot of attacks together because he was just attacking that guillotine, but that was good on him that once he was able to trap Massaro in a position where he could unlock his hands and attack the anaconda, that was a very savvy move on his part, because essentially, without attacking that anaconda, you get the hands broken on that front headlock. Massaro would have been able to scramble out, and we could have had a different match.
That's why Michael Kies is here tonight, to walk you through situations like that. We brought in the black belt for a reason. The crowd is enjoying the action earlier. It all leads to our big feature matchups later tonight, including this main event. Phil Hall stepping in on less than a week's notice. Man, what an incredible competitor he is, going up against Luke Hernandez, a man familiar, right? He does nothing but win. He's a former Next Gen champ. He's a current pro champ. He's won here on the Fury grappling match before as well. And that cruiserweight title is up for grabs. Luke Hernandez already has 2 belts at the house. He wants a 3rd. Phil Hall's coming to play spoiler. Meanwhile, this co-main event, I'm super excited for this. With Digiacomo looked great last time out, winning the title against Kevin Dancer, who's a very talented submission artist. But Joey Deal, the rematch, beat Digiacomo a couple years ago, and Junie said, I got this title, and you know who I want to put it up against? Somebody that I owe a little something to. I'll put my belt on the line to get that chance back. And Joey Deal stepped up, so intrigue in that co-main event as well. We got 2 great title matches coming your way on UFC Fight Pass. It starts at 9 p.m. Eastern, but again, a handful of matchups outside those title bouts as well. Athletes that want to get guys like you to see him, that want to get people at UFC BJJ to see him and to give him the invite to come compete in Las Vegas. Digiacomo, Elder Cruz, 2 IBJJ, a standout, incredible matchup there. Andrew Cockle is all action all the time. He's here against Sergio Villas for what he believes might be his toughest match to date. Dietrich Trubauer is here back against Jack Reynolds, and then we'll see Daichi Goto and Jarvin Pacheco in a very, very intriguing matchup there as well. So the feature pack of main card matchups coming your way on UFC Fight Pass packs a lot of intrigue. Jonathan Webb did a great job putting the lineup together tonight, Friday night here in Atlantic City. Great stuff coming your way all weekend long. We appreciate you joining us early here on the prelims as we build to that main card later on tonight. Fans still making their way inside here at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Sound waves. We'll get a couple of youngsters going at it next at 170 pounds. It's Ty Pfeufer and Charlie Kennedy.
The following CFFC BJJ bout is brought to you by OnlyFans. Introducing first, out of the green corner, weighing in at 170.2 pounds, representing Fight for Tomorrow MMA, out of Doylestown, Pennsylvania, Charlie Kennedy.
Charlie Kennedy is just 19 years old, making his way in here and stepping up on the platform for CFFC BJJ. Always appreciate somebody that young willing to step up and get under the bright lights, take an opportunity, a chance like this, get that seasoned competition early.
And his opponent, out of the red corner, weighing in at 170 pounds, representing Virgin County Jiu-Jitsu, and out of Westwood, New Jersey, Ty Pfeufer.
Ty Pfeufer, not much older at 22, a youngster as well, making his CFFC BJJ debut. Both of these men stepping onto these mats for the first time. And Mike, you can probably speak to it, man. The amount of youngsters and young talent that are so at a high level because they're starting so early in their careers is incredible.
Oh, it's crazy. There's kids at my jiu-jitsu school that literally that's all they do is jiu-jitsu. There's kids that get homeschooled and they train exclusively in this sport because the sport is growing. So there's opportunities to make money. There's opportunities to essentially turn it into a career, compete at a high level, open a school. The opportunities in jiu-jitsu, they're becoming more plentiful than they have been in the past.
They are. We talked about the revolution going on, the growth of the game. Obviously, the UFC investing heavily in grappling. We've been doing these BJJ shows, formerly known as Fury Professional Grappling, for the last 4 years. And you really are starting to see these opportunities. Young athletes like this getting down on a Friday night on the boardwalk.
And right away, I'm just kind of getting a sense that we're going to see a little more wrestling-heavy attack from both guys in this match.
Pfeufer hailing from New Jersey, Kennedy from Pennsylvania. Obviously, a bastion of strong wrestling up here in the Northeast.
Man, that's an understatement. A lot of good wrestling on this side of the U.S., that's for sure.
Indeed, you're kind of seeing those collar ties early.
Yeah, you can see Kennedy looked like he was trying to work a slide by.
Forehead to forehead. A little bit of hand fighting in there, just looking for the exact position they want. Get your opponent off balance a little bit.
Yeah, both guys need to work on creating angles from the feet. And obviously the rule in wrestling, if you're going to collar tie, you want to try to not go ear to ear with your opponent. You want to try to control his posture, try to get his head below yours. And you can see Pfeufer looking for that outside elbow control to a slide by. Kennedy elects to sit to a guard.
After that initial tie-up, Pfeufer now setting up top position.
Yeah, Kennedy working from that knee shield. Looked like he was trying to attack that far arm, maybe try to lock on a Kimura on the far side.
So he's turning on that right hip. Obviously never want to be flat on your back. He's active underneath. Pfeufer backs away.
Yeah, backs away, looking for like a little misdirection pass. Looking to stack him, get to a north-south, but look at the way that Kennedy almost was able to take the back from there.
Oh, that's got to be frustrating for Pfeufer. I think he felt he had that guard pass.
Yeah, man, this is youth, man. This is youth. These guys can move their bodies in different positions. They can compete at a much higher pace. That's why I like when you put the two young guns together and see what happens, man. You're going to get a lot of chaos.
Indeed, you see the raw athleticism early in their careers. Love them being willing to take a chance, get on the big stage.
There's Pfeufer looking for that misdirection again on the feet, trying to pass on the outside.
See referee Christian Ruggieri calling for action. Have to be willing to engage, have to be willing to move forward. They'll be quick to warn on the stall calls.
And when you got guys that, you know, I get the sense both of these guys have wrestled. When you see a lot of wrestlers that try to pass on the outside, at some point, whether it's impatience or just like trying to give your opponent a false sense of you just trying to pass their legs, you will see them jump over the seated guard to try to latch onto the neck. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see that from Pfeufer at some point where he tries to jump over the legs and try to jump into a front headlock position.
Yeah, because Kennedy showed it right there in that sequence as well, just how adept he is at regaining guard. You may slip just past him briefly, but the legs are going to come back in the entanglement. You see it right here. Solid guard retention again on a quick pass.
Yeah, and to me, when you're the guy on bottom in Kennedy's position, it's a lot more efficient for you to re-guard when you're compared to Pfeufer, who's trying to pass on the outside, trying to make a lot of big moves happen.
Big opportunity here. Is the first time to potentially get past the legs.
Looks like he's got a claw grip. Pfeufer does. Now if he can sit to the corner, he can get to the back, but once again, Kennedy re-guards. He's got that claw grip again. If he was past the legs, he could attack an arm triangle.
Beautiful opportunity here.
And this is what you talked about, John. You cannot compete being flat on your shoulder blades. And for Pfeufer, this is what he needs to do. If he wants to start attacking subs from side control, he's got to try to find a way to pin Kennedy's shoulder blades flat. But Kennedy almost comes back to his feet, but elects to sit back down to a guard.
First real advantageous position that Pfeufer had there, and unfortunately gave it up pretty easily.
Yeah, you know, he had a great opportunity, and you have to act fast. When you pass a guard, you get to side control, you have to make moves quickly. And what he should have done, look to get head and arm control, keep the shoulder blades flat. Once again, he missed another great opportunity. He's going to go back and watch the film and say, man, I wish I would have just tried to latch onto those positions a little bit more. But, you know, it's not like Kennedy's going to roll over for him. He's a very fierce competitor. He's not making it easy for Pfeufer, that's for sure.
Under a minute to go here. This 170-pound matchup. Again, we will go to a golden score overtime. If this isn't ended in regulation, no points, no advantages, nothing to worry about up to then. It just becomes pure golden score.
Now, I love what Kennedy's doing here. I love, personally myself, being a longer guy, I like working from the seated double butterfly guard. Opens up opportunities to elevate him, to sweep him, to work a shoulder crunch. That to me, that's the guard where you can maximize your length in having that size advantage.
Indeed, you can. You might have heard the clapper there. If you're new to CFFC BJJ, you'll get that with 30 seconds remaining in the round, not 10 like traditional in MMA. Get a 30-second warning to get busy, and he's trying to make something happen to your leg.
He's attacking a guillotine right now. Pfeufer is. He's got to try to sit up. Oh! He loses the bite on the chin, man. He should have took a page out of Sean Brady's book and went for that one-arm guillotine.
Oh, man. Mastered that move, to say the least. And, yeah, Pfeufer unable to complete that. Was in a great position there late. Mounted, going for that guillotine. As you said, regardless of what happens here in this golden score.
Stand back up.
Hey, we're not waiting.
You're ready to go.
You actually get a rest period.
Ready?
All right, let's go.
Oh, and there he goes. He jumps over the legs. Just like I said, at some point the wrestler is going to try to jump the legs, try to jump into a front headlock.
And he establishes the position. Beautiful work. Michael Kessie, you laid it out there. He saved it for overtime. Probably knew he had that in his back pocket. He said, you know what? I'm not going to show it during regulation. I'll save it to see if I need it in overtime. What a win for him.
And that was smart on his part to just jump the gun right off the whistle. Raymond Kennedy sat to a guard. He didn't take any time to try to misdirect him and pass the legs. Raymond Kennedy sat to a guard. He jumped on the neck.
Gorgeous work there. Let's make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee has called a halt to the bout at 8 seconds in overtime due to pass. Declaring your winner, Ty Pfeufer.
8 seconds. You said it. Just rip it off.
Leave your bands in the corners.
Just go for it. And he made it work. And you could see how enthusiastic and excited he was about it. Hard-fought battle.
Yeah, good on Pfeufer, man. Good for him to kind of keep that ace up his sleeve going into the overtime. And, you know, it's not like he planned to go into overtime and that was his game plan, but essentially he made the right move at the right time. Raymond Kennedy sits to a guard. He makes that jump. He takes that chance, and that chance pays off. When you're competing at a high level, John, at some point,
I'll call actual assault. Do you want me to stop it and call it?
Jumps over the top of his legs.
I said warning top.
Switch it, hit, switch.
Then I'll give a hard
drops
stall.
into position. Controls the leg with his right arm, essentially gets the position, wins the match in overtime. But that was fast. Acted fast, made the move, took the risk, and he reaps the rewards of getting the win.
Fantastic. And as you said, it's not that your game plan is to go to overtime, but have something in your back pocket. Just know that it's a possibility. It's like a mixed martial arts fight. There's all these chances of what could happen. I need a weapon to have in all scenarios.
Yeah, and this is a shorter duration of a match, so it's easy for you to not show your hand completely in a shorter regulation time, so that's good on him to not do the same things he did in regulation. Take advantage of, like I said, that ace up his sleeve in overtime to win the match in overtime. Jump the legs, get the neck, get the win. That's awesome, man.
I love it, man. Like you said, not doing the same thing you're doing in regulation, have some changes, man. So great start there. Some great matchup later on today. I'm really looking forward to a return of this man against Jovani Pacheco.
Digiacomo, he's a bit of a character, but he's an incredible grappler. And he seems to only be getting better as time wears on. We've seen him compete in combat. We've seen him compete a handful of times here as well. He was an ADCC qualifier, so he just kind of keeps leveling up and stepping up his game. He had a little bit of a frustrating setback in his last matchup, but it was incredibly exciting. He's returning tonight, and he's facing a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu master in Charmaine Pacheco. So that's one of our featured matchups later on tonight on UFC Fight Pass. As we said, a lot of talk, a lot of headlines, of course, about the title matches at the top, as you would expect. But there's a lot of flavor and a lot of storylines in these matchups down below as well in our featured matchups. In all, we've got 10 total bouts coming to you on UFC Fight Pass later tonight. It all starts at 9 p.m. Eastern. I think it's going to be a fantastic night. Happy to have Michael Jensen here. We'll be welcoming in Morgan Work later on tonight for the first time as well. She is a great addition to the team. We'll take a look one more time. Obviously, we got to see that overtime for the first time that we talked about. So remember, of course, submission grappling, no striking any comment throughout the night. Submission only matches that we talked about. But what you just saw was the golden score overtime. Once you go there, no points, no advantage during regulation. But once you go to that added period, it's the first point win. So it's a takedown. You are allowed to pull guard if you like, and you can work for a sweep, a pass, whatever it is with that one. Of course, you can still get a submission in there as well. All submissions are legal as always. The only exception we ever have is athletes that are on UFC rosters. We haven't agreed with UFC matchmakers. No twisting leg locks there, of course. They can be so brutal, so vicious, so dangerous. We're not trying to mess up anybody's MMA and UFC career with a nasty ligament strain or anything along those lines. So
I'm looking over at Jonathan Webb and saying, hey, if there's no twisting leg locks, buddy, sign me up, brother. Come on, let's go.
I'm telling you, might be just making some matchmaking going on while he's doing some commentating as well. Fantastic stuff. Having some fun on a Friday night here inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Atlantic City. We will keep the action going now at 135 pounds with the 23-year-old Nieko Malone and the 19-year-old Efrain Garcia. So another couple youngsters getting at it.
The following CFFC BJJ bout is brought to you by Diamond Exteriors. Quality matters. Introducing first, out of the green corner, weighing in at 135 pounds, representing New Asgard MMA, out of Laureldale, Pennsylvania, Efrain Garcia.
As I said, just 19 years old and making his way to the CFFC BJJ match for the very first time. I love it, man. He can't even stop walking in the casino as he's getting in here, right? And just keep moving at all time, but he can come compete.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And listen, I say this respectfully. This young man's a power pellet, but listen, this power pellet packs a punch. He's here for a reason. I'm excited to see him compete. I get excited seeing these young guys. It's these young guys that truly, they are the future of the sport.
100%.
To see him on this big stage at such a young age, man, that's incredible.
And his opponent, out of the red corner, weighing in at 135 pounds, representing Web Fitness and MMA, out of Mount Holly, New Jersey, Nieko Malone.
We have seen Nieko Malone here twice before. He has a darts choke submission win over Nick Gebhardt. He also had an armbar loss to Nick Digiacomo, who we'll be seeing later on tonight as well. So he's been here a couple times. He's the grizzled veteran at like 23, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, that's just crazy to me. But listen, those darts chokes you speak of, that's going to be the thing that Garcia's going to have to watch out for, going against an opponent 6 inches taller than he is.
Right.
He's going to have longer arms. Look to see him attack that neck. So for Garcia, he's got to be mindful of the chokes.
Excellent observation there. As you said, you know, height is usually accompanied by those longer limbs as well. And those can absolutely be weapons.
Oh, look at him jumping on the neck.
Like it, trying to make things. Oh, look at this!
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness.
Right on the leg.
Inverting to the leg.
He's on a toe hold right now. Looking for the toe hold. Might switch to a knee bar.
He's got an opportunity for it.
You can see him go to the toe hold again. And you can see Malone's trying to protect that leg, and he gets
The 19-year-old comes in and does it immediately. Looking for action. How about it?
Man, for anybody here in the casino, you can't buy him a beer for the win, but get the guy a soda, man. He deserves it. That was incredible.
Incredible win.
My goodness. And I'm pretty sure he caught him with a figure 4 toe hold, man. That was a beautiful toe hold. It was hard to see from my vantage point, but man, he just got right on it early. That was incredible stuff.
Fantastic. We will take it to our man Jason Liederfon to make the quick stoppage official.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee has called a halt to the bout at 25 seconds. Due to knee bar, declaring your winner by submission victory, Efrain Garcia.
I think he was mad. He gave a look because he was looking for the knee bar, and I think he got the toe hold there at the end.
Not the toe hold, but man, it was just so hard to see because he started that match so fast. I'm really looking forward to breaking this one down because these small guys, man, they come out guns blazing. He came out hot. He came out fast. Look here. Jumps to the guard and looks immediately underhooks the leg. Looks like he's going for the knee bar early, but then he switches. Looks like he's looking for the toe hold. And that's a great submission and transition between when you're attacking the knee bar. Goes for the toe hold, and then it was good on Malone to figure for his legs to protect the right leg that Garcia was attacking. And then look here. He switches right here. Gets his hands locked. Right here, goes to the toe hold. Bang, gets the tap. And the way he was able to lock and get his hands right on the pinky toe, gets into the end of that foot, makes it easier for him to lock, turn his wrists over, and try to get the toes to the calf to get the tap.
Unbelievable. For the first time tonight, we'll take it to Morgan Worth to speak with our winner.
Thanks, John. Efrain, oh my gosh, you came out of here flying. Was that the game plan coming into tonight?
Everyone should know my name. My name is Efrain Garcia. I'm here to put on a show for you guys, bro. All I care about is putting on a show for every single one of you. Every grappler here, they're boring as hell, man. They just sit down, do nothing, man. But I'm here to make the sport exciting, man. That's what I'm all about.
Well, you certainly made it exciting. Talk me through the submission because it was a nice toe hold you had there.
Yeah. So, shout out to my coaches, AJ Deshani, Catherine Deshani, out in New Asgard Martial Arts. Man, we've been practicing. We've been training hard for this. And, shout out to Catherine. She's a coach. She coaches me, and she's competing tonight, too. So please give her a round of applause because she works her ass off, and she's trying to make us trying to make us get better while she's out there competing, too. So, she inspires me. AJ inspires me. These guys, they work their asses off. But yeah. Like you said, the toe hold. Yeah. So that's part of my game plan. Just trying to attack those legs. But I'm really trying to work up her body. But me, AJ, Cat, they know what's up. I'm sorry. I'm nervous.
Hey, that's all right. Guys, give it up for your winner, Efrain Garcia.
I love it, man. I mean, that's everything you want. I mean, look, Mike, you're part of the UFC BJJ team. You understand what everybody is looking for. They're looking for exactly that, and not only to act that way, but to voice it as well, to say, look, this is what I'm trying to do.
He's brash, but he's also very grateful. He's expressing a lot of gratitude, and that's a good balance, man. To be brash, but to also be respectful. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for youth. We're looking for excitement, and I think this young man is doing a good job trying to get on the radar to make his way up to the big leagues. But for now, he's here at CFFC BJJ, and I'm looking forward to see him in his next match. I'm an instant fan of this young guy.
19 years old.
Man, that was incredible.
Come on, man. What a way to do it. Man, great stuff. Great main event coming your way as well. You see there, Luke Hernandez, the reigning CFFC light heavyweight champ, the former next-gen champ. He's looking to be the CFFC BJJ cruiserweight champ as well. Former collegiate wrestler, Dante Rivera, BJJ product. We've seen him here on the Fury grappling match before. Now CFFC BJJ beat the UFC vet and Eric Anders. Of course, Luke Hernandez ultimately has goals of joining the UFC roster at some point as well. He's been building his way there for several years here under the CFFC banner. He says, listen, might as well stay busy and stay sharp. Was originally expected to compete against Pat Downey tonight. Pat Downey had to withdraw. Phil Hawes steps in on short notice, and that's another great test. A UFC veteran, a Big Show veteran in the main event tonight at CFFC BJJ 14. It's all on UFC Fight Pass. Of course, that second title matchup, Junior Ocasio and Joey Deal, a rematch, and one in which Ocasio lost. And oh, by the way, Ocasio doesn't do that very often, so this one was special to him. He called for this match and said, bring me Joey Deal. I'll put my belt on the line for him if he'll step in against me, because I need to get that one back. Joaquin versus Elder Cruz. Andrew Cockle, always exciting. You talk about all-action athletes trying to make something fun happen at all times, take chances. That is Andrew Cockle against what he believes might be his toughest opportunity to date in Sergio Villas. Dietrich Trumbauer, Jack Reynolds, Daishi Goto versus Jarvin Pacheco. All of that is coming later on UFC Fight Pass. You know what else is coming to UFC Fight Pass, as well as YouTube, Facebook, everywhere else? It is UFC BJJ. My man Michael Kess will be there on Thursday. So will Morgan Worth. for the next generation, the next edition of UFC BJJ.
New era in BJJ. The welterweight championship is on the line. Andrew Tackett, the champion. He is an absolute killer from every single position.
One of the most electrifying athletes in jiu-jitsu.
That one will be an absolute barn burner. There is so much energy. There is so much excitement. We are going to have some fun. Here we go.
I'll be in the building on Thursday night with you. I won't be working, but I'll be there enjoying it. That's going to be a great one. It's coming up, UFC BJJ 2. Right now, we'll keep the action going here in Atlantic City as we get to this heavyweight match. It's Big Sexy is here, Elijah Azucar against Alex Myers.
The following CFFC BJJ bout is brought to you by Club Tails Crushers, crafted to chill. Introducing first, out of the green corner, weighing in at 265 pounds, representing Saga Jiu-Jitsu out of Horsham, Pennsylvania, Alex Myers.
Alex Myers been around the CFFC family for a while. 3-1 record here at CFFC BJJ, including a win over Jason Guida. He did have a golden score loss to Andre Petrosky, but he's also an old school CFFC MMA vet as well. 1-2, but losses came to UFC vet Tafon Chugui, as well as former CFFC heavyweight champ Sean Teed. So this is a battle-tested gentleman out of Saga Jiu-Jitsu that just likes any form of competition he can. As I said, he's had quite a bit of success here on the CFFC BJJ mats, and he will look to keep that going against another tough test tonight.
Man, I saw him walking around. I thought it was Wyatt Hendrickson from Oklahoma State.
Big boy.
And his opponent, out of the red corner, weighing in at 260 pounds, representing Dante Rivera, BJJ, out of Bayonne, New Jersey, Elijah Big Sexy Azucar.
I mean, come on, you're coming in with the Big Sexy rash guard, making your CFFC BJJ debut. Dante Rivera product, but Dante Rivera and the squad have a lot of good things to say about this man. They say maybe the build doesn't show you the skills immediately right away.
Yeah, but he gave him nothing but praise. He said this guy has a guard that's dang near impossible to pass. You just look at his frames. He's got big feet. Says, like I said, very, very, very hard guard to pass. And Dante said his trial by fire to get him to where he's at.
Shake hands. Go.
Yep, said he was just an absolute gym rat, would roll with everybody, give people all kinds of trouble. He takes a seat here early in this 5-minute matchup.
And I'm just going to give you guys a heads up. I'm only going to call him Big Sexy.
100%.
I ain't calling him nothing else. When you got a nickname like that, man, I'm taking advantage of it, yeah.
I completely agree. Coming out with the custom pink gear on there as well, but right now it's Alex Myers who drives down, controls the legs as he'll try to slip past the guard.
And it's smart on Big Sexy right now. Look at the way he's posting on the head, trying to create a frame. When you can lock your arm out and create a straight frame like that, it makes it so hard for your opponents to break that, and it keeps him at space. Look at the way he's trying to fight the crown of the head, extend his arm, making it hard for Myers to close the space. And the pink rash guard, if you look on the back of it, that's Majin Buu paying homage to one of the more villainous characters in Dragon Ball Z, so it seems very fitting for his frame.
I'm glad you could fill in the audience on that because I was not aware of who that was. Excellent word. That's why we brought in Michael Chiesa.
Hey, the devil's in the details, baby.
Not just the BJJ knowledge, the anime knowledge as well.
I'm a little bit of a nerd in every sense of the word.
That's all right.
You can see right now, Big Sexy just kind of working from an open guard. I think what he's trying to do now is just trying to frame him out, trying to frame Myers out, get him frustrated, trying to make him jump in, kind of get, maybe just kind of get anxious to get inside the guard and get to work.
Myers, you see, he goes back to that position. He's letting go now, but able to control both legs with just that one big arm wrap as he tries to slide by, but Big Sexy has done a great job fending that off thus far.
Action, boys.
Yeah, but what I would like to see from Big Sexy is he's doing a lot of good guard work with his legs, but I would like to see him start to attack the upper body. Let's see him start to control the wrist, maybe get a shoulder crunch, maybe try to get to an arm drag, try to do something to address the upper body of Myers, because thus far all he's doing is just framing out his upper body and just kind of just pummeling with his legs. So what he needs to do is he needs to put the two together, put the leg attacks with the upper body attacks, try to work to get a sweep and get a submission.
Excellent observation there. As we said, it's all about offense, it's all about attacks. Yes, defense can keep you safe, but it certainly doesn't win the matches. And as we look to continue to grow the sport of grappling, it is about creating excitement, fan-friendly matchups.
Well, and you can't get submissions and sweeps from the outside. So if you're framing, I can understand if you're trying to frame your opponent out to make him get anxious to kind of jump in and make a mistake, but essentially, like, you can't frame him out and expect to get any offense going. You have to close the space. You have to get to your leg entanglements. You have to tie up the upper body, and he's doing a good job right now, underhooking with his left arm.
Yeah, almost like he was heeding some advice there. There was a little bit of an inversion. He rolled up here and he got the legs up high, and this will give him an opportunity to attack.
And I like what Big Sexy's doing right now, because Myers is trying to work for a stack pass, but if Big Sexy can kind of get to his butt and keep that underhook while Myers is working the stack pass, you could get a sweep from there, and you could also attack a triangle, but Myers is doing a good job keeping Big Sexy flat on his back, trying to still work that stack pass. And he opts out of the stack pass, and now he's in the full guard of Big Sexy.
Under 2 minutes to go here. This 5-minute matchups. Still here early on the prelims here at CFFC BJJ 14.
I heard Coach Romero call for a K guard, and I like that. I would like to see him attack that guard. What he needs to do to get there is he needs to open his guard, underhook the legs, one of the legs, to get to that K guard position. But you can't get there with your guard closed.
Yeah, obviously not a lot of things you can do with the closed guard. Obviously a good opportunity to reset, to control things. But once it's established, you got to open it up to look to attack.
And like Cino's controlling the right wrist with his left hand, I would like to see him start to attack an arm drag. If you could isolate a wrist like that for an extended amount of time, why not try to just hit an arm drag? If you hit an arm drag, you're going to get him to posture up, which is going to give you an opportunity to create space, to underhook the leg, to get to that K guard. Even if you can't get the drag, you need to do things to create reactions out of your opponent. Because if you're in the full guard, all Myers has to do is just hands on biceps and smother you and get to overtime. Because essentially that's where we're going. We're 39 seconds away from overtime, and it looks like we're headed there.
Yeah, haven't had any real looks at submissions thus far. Certainly 30 seconds is a lot of time to work. You'll hear the clapper there to signal that. Yes, you can still get things done. You can get it done in an instant, but we haven't seen anything really close to hitting at this point. So you got to make something happen now.
You have to do things to make Myers react. You need him to react so you can open up the guard and start to get your attacks going. But even at that, if I'm Big Sexy, I'm opening up the guard anyways. If your guard is so hard to pass, why do you have it closed right now? You need to open it up to open up with your offense.
Excellent and honest observation. Obviously easier said than done against a big boy like Alex Myers, but it just is the reality of the situation. Yes, you're keeping yourself safe, you're stifling things, but you're not making anything happen, and you're not going to give yourself an opportunity to win. And now we're going to set up in this golden score position. Take a look at there, the intensity of Alex Myers, and immediate Azucar is going to sit. Minute and a half to work, first points win.
Oh, now he's attacking the arm. He's got the power underhook, working like an arm saddle. Looks like Myers is looking for a weave pass, but that's going to be hard with the guard of Big Sexy. It's a very, very hard guard to pass. Look to see him bundle the legs, maybe go to a double leg pass. But he opts out, but he's working for that weave right now. I myself, I love the weave pass when I'm going against an opponent that's got a very, very hard guard to pass. It gives you a lot of opportunities to misdirect them, to try to get a step ahead to where they're being more reactive to your advancements.
You can see Myers still pressing down forward, trying to move past the leg. We are seeing the excellent guard retention of Big Sexy, but it's not going to do anything to win this in overtime. You got to get a scoring maneuver.
And he's going back to the stack pass here. Big Sexy looks like he's trying to lock in the triangle here, and he could, but it looks like he's just not going to have enough time to work it.
That right leg is up on the shoulders, you said, giving an opportunity for the triangle, but Myers holding tight to that left leg, not letting him make the connection. Still trying to get past it. Does step over the leg, but he's got to get firm pass and establishment of position. Azucar on his left hip, trying to prevent that here in the closing seconds. And this one will end as a draw. Just kind of the way the styles matched up in that one made it difficult for the game of either one to be executed. And they'll have to settle for a draw on this one. We'll take it over to Jason Liederfine.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout has been declared a draw.
Match is ruled a draw after neither man could score in the golden score time. Dante Rivera, he's always a showman, whether he's competing or not. Big Sexy did show us that excellent guard retention, but he didn't show us maybe the scoring opportunities, maybe taking more of a chance along the way.
Yeah, you know, it just looked like, I think if he had more time to work, maybe we could have saw more from him, but you got to win matches like this to work your way up to the main card to get the longer regulation time. But essentially it was a chess battle. It looked like Myers was trying to make more wrestling type of advancements, and obviously Big Sexy much more of a guard player. So it was a contrast of styles, and sometimes they cancel each other out.
Unfortunate result there, but the first draw of the evening. You said we're looking for submissions, we're looking for attacks, we're looking for opportunities all throughout the night. Hopefully we'll get some in our co-main event tonight. I'm pretty sure we will, because we've got this man right here, the champ, Juni Ocasio, who will look incredible. By the way, we've got a full weekend of action here in Atlantic City. Tomorrow night, be on the lookout. CFFC Next Gen 1, a couple of championship bouts in our headliners. Looking very forward to this. It is a full card of Next Gen action right here in Atlantic City, New Jersey. We're trying to identify this talent even earlier, get an opportunity to really help develop their careers, guide them into the professional ranks here in mixed martial arts, and just get talent on their way to the UFC. And I'm telling you, weigh-ins were just a little bit earlier before we came over here. There is some good-looking talent on this card. It's a great card. It will be streaming live on OnlyFans. So if you're watching right now on OnlyFans, you can watch tomorrow night as well. There's not a lot of tickets left to be had. In fact, as we're talking, I don't know if there's any, but check if you want to join us. There'll be a hell of a night tomorrow night as well here in Atlantic City. And right now, we will keep the action going as we move to 125 pounds in this women's matchup between Angelina Hernandez and Rachel Yang.
The following CFFC BJJ bout is brought to you by Silverback Stripes Athletic Apparel. Introducing first, out of the green corner, weighing in at 125 pounds, representing Marcelo Garcia Academy, out of Brooklyn, New York, Rachel Yang.
Happy to welcome Silverback Stripes as a new official partner, rash guard provider of CFFC BJJ. We'll see their gear next time out. Right now, we're seeing a gear that says Marcelo Garcia BJJ on the back of it, and you just already know when you see that on the back of a rash guard, you best be ready to go.
Oh, when I see Marcelo Garcia on the back of a rash guard, I'm thinking high elbow guillotine, I'm thinking butterfly sweeps, I'm thinking dynamic jiu-jitsu. I mean, Marcelo Garcia, that is my favorite jiu-jitsu competitor of all time. Just an absolute legend of the
And
sport.
her opponent, out of the red corner, weighing in at 125 pounds, representing close quarters BJJ, out of Clarksboro, New Jersey, Angelina Hernandez. Hernandez.
Talk about young talent, 21 years old, has already been on the CFFC BJJ match 3 times. She lost her first 2 times. It was to Becca Burkhart in 2023 and Amanda Mazza in 2022. But those are both as a teenager, you know, and she just stayed at it, kept getting better. She came back in May and got her first victory in the promotion via sudden victory. So love it. You know, you might not get the results necessarily that you want, but start out young, get the experience, get yourself comfortable. Now she's here against a great representative of Marcelo Garcia Academy.
And it's Yang with the immediate guard pull. And I like what Hernandez is doing, kind of working the knee cut, but she looks like she's dropping back on the leg. It's fast-paced early right now between Hernandez and Yang.
I mean, you talk about the scrambles in the first 15 seconds. Love to see it. Opportunities being created, trying to make something happen. You see right now Hernandez trying to control the ankles and step past. Very active from her back is Yang as well.
And I like how she just keeps going to that knee cut. Now she's stuffing the legs, looking to step over, maybe go to north-south, but good re-guarding from Yang. Look like Hernandez kind of keeps trying to drop back to the leg, but kind of she's not deep enough, a little bit more of a shallow entry. She's kind of got to get deeper on the legs. But I like that she keeps going to this knee cut. What I think she should do is get to that knee cut, try to settle into that position a little more.
You see, look at here.
But what do I know? Immediately she's already attacking an arm. Now she's going to the leg. Finally getting a good entry to the legs right now. Looks like she's sitting into a knee bar right now.
Hernandez.
She's got it in the pocket. She's looking at the heel hook.
Oh, she's got that leg isolated. She's got a bite on it. She's torquing.
I like what she's doing here. She's going to roll through. Looks like she's going outside heel hook. She's got a twist over.
Made the adjustment. My goodness, what a performance from the youngster.
Wow.
Debuted here as a teenager. Had some early setbacks, but she just keeps getting better and better. Fast pace. What more can you ask for? What a great finish. Let's take it to Jason Liederfine and make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee has called a halt to the bout at 1 minute, 22 seconds due to heel hook. Declaring your winner by submission victory, Angelina Hernandez.
Incredible performance. I mean, that was just fun. We talk about the pace, the action, trying to make things happen. She did exactly that. She gets the victory, and she's going to get a microphone here. Well, she wants to go celebrate with her team first, but now she's going to have a word with more. Actually, we're going to take a look at the replays first.
Yeah, look at this. You see Yang jumps to a guard, and I liked how Hernandez kept going to the knee cut. And there was a few times she tried to drop back in the leg, but it was too shallow of an entry, but looks like she was dropping it on the arm. And then she just gets the entry she was looking for, and it's coming up right here. She goes back to that knee cut, and it's this one. Look at the way she's able to control the knee line. She gets the foot into her armpit, gets the bite, rolls down onto her right shoulder, and then look at when she goes belly down, she just starts to torque on that heel and forces the tap, and she is with Morgan Worth right now.
Thank you guys so much. I am with your winner, Angelina Hernandez. Congratulations. What a tremendous finish. You get the job done. You're a regular here. So how does it feel to get the finish here tonight?
It feels amazing. I am really proud to be on the stage and put on a good show for everybody. So that's all it's really about for me.
Well, you should be very proud. A lot of scrambles early on. So what were you looking for? What were the opportunities that you wanted to come from those scrambles?
I was looking for her head mostly. I saw her arms come out a couple times, but I wasn't able to get it. So I settled for the foot. And I knew she had some arm bars. I knew she trains that a lot. So I was mainly trying to keep away from her guard and just go for her feet and head.
Well, congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your winner, Angelina Hernandez.
My goodness, Angelina Hernandez, just 21 years old, performing like that, as she said, getting an opportunity on a big stage like this. And fast-paced, exciting, action-packed. What more can you ask for?
Yeah, that was incredible. And obviously you can see she's 4 matches into her CFFC tenure. She is continuously evolving, gets a sensational submission. And listen, when you get the microphone from Morgan Worth, that means you did something right. So listen, congratulations to her to go out there and get the win. like I said, man, I've said it once, I'm going to say it 100 times over this broadcast. The future of this sport really lies in the youth. And at 21 years old, man, she's got a very, very promising future ahead of her in the sport of jiu-jitsu.
Indeed, and I think these youngsters are understanding what it is that fans want to see. They want to see action. They want to make things happen. So great performance from her there. Somebody that understands that as well and likes to make things happen, likes to take chances. How about Andrew Cockle, who'll be back later tonight? He is a spectacular crowd. We'll take a look at the crowd first. Then we'll take a look at Andrew Cockle. Crowd filling it out. But this guy right here, I'll just be honest with you. I'm a fan of Andrew Cockle. So much fun to watch him because he has embraced that attitude for a long time. Like, I don't care what weight it is. I don't care who the opponent is. I'm just going out there to create opportunities to take chances. And he'll tell you, if that means I end up in a bad position, oh well, I end up in a bad position. But he has said quite openly, look, I'm competing up at 195. That's heavy for him. He'll go down as low as 160. He's up there against a guy in Sergio Villas who's an incredible, talented grappler as well. He'll have some side wins. So Andrew Cockle said, this might be my toughest UFC BJJ match today. And he's been on damn near every one of our cards at this point.
Yeah, I mean, that's the risk you got to take. And that's the beauty of jiu-jitsu is, listen, size does matter to a certain extent. When you go back to UFC 1, you talk about Royce Gracie, a guy that went in there against much bigger competitors to showcase his family's, their art of jiu-jitsu. That's the beauty of the sport. Size doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're tall, big, small. It doesn't matter. You can go against bigger guys and win. You can go against smaller guys and lose. So good on him to step up, take on the challenge. Thanks for an exciting match.
Yes, indeed. I think that one is going to be exciting. Andrew Cockle is back. But really, a lot of action-packed action, but there's only a couple of people that can walk away with hardware tonight. They can walk away with a championship match. Bill Halls is one of them, stepping in on short notice to face that man. Hernandez, the former next-gen champ, the current light heavyweight champ at CFFC MMA, and they got that inaugural cruiserweight belt on the line in what is going to be a matchup of a couple of just powerhouses going at it. And then there's that tricky, fun co-main event as well. Digiacomo operating on as high a level as anyone, with Joey Diaz one of the last men to beat him, and Joey wants to come do it again and walk away with a little CFFC gold. Meanwhile, Digiacomo trying to make history as the first man to defend a CFFC BJJ title. He won that inaugural belt last time out. He's going to look to defend it tonight in our co-main event championship bouts up in our headliners. A little bit of different rules there. We'll talk about that in the main card. Of course, at that point, you don't have that golden score result. If for some reason those do go into overtime periods, you will have judges involved in judging those overtime periods. But we'll talk about all that later. UFC FIGHT PASS. It starts at 9 p.m. Eastern. Looking forward to all that action there. Keep the action going here at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Atlantic City. And we will keep the matchup, or the action going, I should say, with this matchup. 140 pounds between Digiacomo and Ben Lakatos.
The following CFFC BJJ bout is brought to you by OnlyFans. Introducing first, out of the green corner, weighing in at 140 pounds, representing Balance Studios, out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Ben Lakatos.
Ben Lakatos representing Balance Studios, a very talent-rich gym in the Philadelphia area. We've seen him once before, back in 2023, got a split decision win there. He's now returning to the CFFC BJJ match for the first time in 19 months. Made the trip from Philly out here to AC on the boardwalk on a Friday night. We're gonna have a little fun on the mats here at 140 pounds. Ben Lakatos.
And his opponent, out of the red corner, weighing in at 138 pounds, representing Web Fitness and MMA, out of Blackwood, New Jersey, Nick Digiacomo.
24-year-old 1-1 at CFFC BJJ. His victory at the armbar is 58 seconds. Unfortunately, man, he did suffer a golden score loss via pass. And I'm just going to assume by the last name alone, Michael Chiesa is a fan.
We're probably cousins, to be honest with you. We're probably from the same family tree. Hey, how you doing? Tell the family I say hello.
Michael Chiesa has been enjoying his time here in Atlantic City, I know. Go. Italian strong out here.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. A lot of paisans out here, man.
Yes, there are.
Yeah.
Fun times. They're enjoying themselves Friday night on the boardwalk. Again, big weekend, combat sports action.
Digiacomo immediately on the knee cut, trying to control the underhook. Starting to work from a headquarters position. Going back to the knee cut. Beautiful pass to north-south. Making the family proud right now.
Beautiful speed there. And look at the adjustment there on the attempted roll.
Look at the way he gets to the back.
Man.
And Lakatos is able to scramble out, but now you see Digiacomo on the knee on belly right now, controlling the shoulder blades of Lakatos, pinning him flat, looking to trap the wrist. It looks like he's trying to jump to like a gift wrap here. Kind of loses the position.
A lot of action happening here in the opening minute. My goodness, great to see. Chances being created, chances being taken.
I love the way he stepped over right there. But Lakatos almost looking for kind of like a modified rubber guard.
Oh, did he roll the wrong way there?
He might have, because Lakatos has a bite on the leg, but the knee line looks to be safe. And Digiacomo's rolling his way out.
Tense moments there for Digiacomo, but as you said, the knee line, now it's not safe anymore.
It's not safe at all. Look, there's a lot of syllables in that last name to go with this high-paced match that's going on right now. Holy smokes.
My goodness, a lot of action, still just 90 seconds of pass. Multiple attempts on both sides, and right now, that right leg is in danger. Now he extracts it just a bit.
Yeah, and Digiacomo doing the right thing, trying to sit to the corner and get the knee line out. It looks like he's trying to reach back and get a bite on the legs himself. Looks like he might be sitting in on the knee bar right here.
Turn of events here. Digiacomo now the one looking to attack.
He's got it. He's got a bite on the leg right now. Look to see him extend it. And you can see Lakatos trying to control the posture, trying to keep Digiacomo from extending his body, trying to attach the leg to his chest.
Nice work from Lakatos in defense there. You saw him using that right arm to frame and push away while he regained his leg. Beautiful technical work from these two. Keeping the action high.
All right, gather that secondary leg in.
Complicated entanglement there, to say the least.
And now he's got the leg away. Lakatos looks like he was finger pointing his leg to protect it, but now Digiacomo's on the footlock.
Changed the angle of attack, went to the other leg. Lakatos stays free. Look at this, rolling to that knee bar again.
That was beautiful, using the same passing sequence he used before to get to north-south, but instead opts to go for the knee bar. And he can still attack the left leg of Lakatos right here. It looks like he's trying to attack a toe hold.
Oh, the knee bar! Look at that! Wow. Stuck with it, pushed through, made the adjustment. Lakatos defended over and over again. He even got a few attacks on his own, but in the end, it was Digiacomo that got the submission.
Yeah, for Digiacomo, listen, we want to see finishes here, but to me, what stood out that impressed me the most was the passing.
Agreed.
Very, very good passing. Way to stick with the knee cut, way to get to north-south, and way to use that same knee cut pass to get to the knee bar instead of advancing position like he did before. So that was sensational work from Digiacomo. That was incredible.
Indeed it was. Let's take it to our man, Jason Liederfine.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee has called a halt to the bout at 3 minutes 1 second due to knee bar. Declaring your winner by submission victory, Nick Digiacomo.
Nick Digiacomo gets it done in incredible fashion.
And look at this. This was before the finish. Looked like he was attacking the knee bar before, and you could see he opted to go for the toe hold, but then listen, he makes the adjustment, goes knee bar instead. Goes from toe hold to knee bar to get the finish. And look at the way he's able to put the shin on his chest and extend with his body. You gotta put your body on the leg because, listen, there's a lot more strength. You can use your glutes, you can use your back. When you're pulling with your arms, that's not enough muscle to attack the quad. So good on him to put his body on it, get the tap, get the finish. That was incredible.
And now he gets the interview with Morgan Worth as well.
Thanks, John. Ladies and gentlemen, I am with your winner, Nick Digiacomo. First of all, congratulations. High-paced match. So how are you feeling after that?
I'm feeling good. It took me a little bit to get settled in, but once I got going, I felt good. And, yep, thank you.
A lot of submission attempts early on. Were any of them that Ben had on you close at all?
No, he didn't have any close submission attempts. A little bit, but I was good the whole time. I was comfortable.
And then just walk me through that knee bar finish. It was tremendous.
Yeah, Jay in the corner over there was telling me go toe hold, and he said the knee bar was going to be there, and then that's how it was. So.
Well, it certainly was there. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for your winner, Nick Digiacomo.
You saw a very proud Jay Regabudo in there. By the way, the part where he says he started slow and settled in, I must have missed that part of the match.
Man, I was just trying to figure out how to say his last name, and there's all this chaos going on. I'm like, oh my God, Digiacomo, and he's going for the pass and the knee bar. Oh my God, I'm eating, but you gotta stir the sauce. Oh my God. Oh, that was a lot of fun, man. That was a lot of fun. Who's this guy over here in the suit, man?
Yeah, everybody's following their way in.
Yeah.
Fantastic that we're getting to our main card coming up tonight on UFC Fight Pass. As you see, Digiacomo and Jarman Pacheco, part of this feature group of matchups up at the top of the card. Really looking forward to that one. Dietrich Trumbauer is back against Jack Reynolds as well. Andrew Cockle and Sergio Villas should be a fantastic matchup. They're really excited that Cockle, we've seen a lot in here. He kind of lives that all-action lifestyle that we're talking about. Steve Joachim versus Elder Cruz, a couple of IBJJ standouts. They're here at 195 pounds. And that's when we get into our championship matchups, including Junior Casio, the reigning bantamweight champion, defending for the first time against Joey Diaz, looking for a measure of revenge along the way. And then a change-up in our main event tonight. Luke Hernandez against Phil Hawes, a fantastic matchup for the inaugural Cruiserweight title. Not the one that we were initially expecting to see. And for more on that fantastic main event tonight, we'll take it to Morgan Worth.
Well, John, we are certainly in for a treat. Luke Hernandez is hunting his third belt under the CFFC promotion. He has the next-gen belt. He's the light heavyweight champion, but he needs his first in grappling, and on 3 days' notice, Phil Hawes is stepping in. Now, let me tell you, he's a game competitor. He was a collegiate wrestler. He's a brown belt in jiu-jitsu, and he's a UFC veteran. So we could expect some fireworks tonight as these guys go get the belt tonight.
Yeah, you talk about that. Luke Hernandez looking for that history with 3 belts would be pretty incredible. The 2 already, a third in that trophy case will be pretty nice on his way to what we think will be the UFC at some point. But it was, as she mentioned, Phil Hawes, a game competitor, 3 days notice stepping in. Like, come on, incredible. Pat Downey, of course, is who we thought we were going to see. He's actually in camp with Khamzat Chimaev right there.
Yeah.
We probably should have known better than to book somebody that was training with Khamzat Chimaev to grapple. We probably messed up on that one because you're going to get hurt in there with Khamzat Chimaev. But man, I mean, what a replacement. I know we were so bummed to see Pat Downey foul out, but when the matchmakers and the team said, oh, by the way, we got Phil Hawes to step in, I think everybody just said, all right, that works.
I mean, that's a great match. I was kind of hoping to pull double duty until I saw Fernandez and Waynes. I said, never mind. Maybe, Phil Hawes, you go ahead and take it. So look, it's going to be an incredible match. Phil Hawes' game as they come. This is a guy, he's a fighter's fighter. This guy's fought in every big promotion. He embodies being a martial artist. So when opportunity comes a knocking, he's going to answer the door, and that's why he's here tonight.
Indeed he is. Got a lot of competitors making debuts, a lot stepping back in that we've seen here before, including Digiacomo, who I think is one of the most interesting characters you're ever going to see. We'll talk more about him as the main card wears on, but just a traditional martial artist, has Japanese roots. He goes by Gorilla. He's competed in karate combat before. He was in the 2024 ADCC World Championship as well. We've seen him here 5 times before. Seems to get better and better every time out. He had a very, very tough loss against Devontae Johnson last time he was here, though. It snapped a 2-fight winning streak, and he's looking to get back to winning ways tonight. And then you talk about this man. Look, I've said it. I'm a fan. I like what this guy embodies. Andrew Cockle, he just goes out and he tries to make things happen. He's 13 pounds lighter than his opponent tonight, right? But he doesn't care. He's like, give me a matchup, tell me who it is, and I'm going out there and I'm going to take chances. So really, really looking forward to that as well. Just part of the main card that we've got coming to you again. 10 bouts total is what we have for you on UFC Fight Pass. 9 p.m. Eastern. Again, amazing to see the investment that the UFC is making in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and submission grappling. Obviously, it all leads into next Thursday night, UFC BJJ. Michael Chiesa and Morgan Worth will both be working there as well, so you want to watch that. But right now, the action is in Atlantic City, CFFC BJJ 14. Fun stuff so far. We still got a few more matches coming to your way right here on OnlyFans, including this one at 155 pounds as Dennis Pressey Jr. is back against Zach Maslany.
The following CFFC BJJ bout is brought to you by Diamond Exteriors. Quality matters. Introducing first, out of the green corner, weighing in at 155 pounds, representing 10th Planet Bethlehem, out of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, Zach Maslany.
Now we talk about the young talent that is gracing the mats tonight, but sometimes you got to give one for us old guys as well. 42-year-old Zach Maslany, 1-0-1 record in CFFC BJJ. That lone win came via heel hook. Obviously, anytime somebody is representing 10th Planet, you know they're going to have some creativity. Fought at CFFC 47 way back in 2015. That card was headlined by Jonathan Webb. And is that a Hulk Hogan shout out? Give there a little
paying homage to the Hulkster. Love it, man. R.I.P. R.I.P. Terry, man.
Indeed, man. One of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time.
And his opponent, out of the red corner, weighing in at 155 pounds, representing Logic, out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Dennis Pressey Jr.
The 38-year-old Dennis Pressey Jr., one of the elder statesmen of the competition tonight as well, representing Logic. 4-time CFFC BJJ vet, and I love what this man has done. He dropped his first 3 appearances, but he just kept coming back, kept coming back, kept coming back. This past November, he got his first victory on the CFFC BJJ mats via golden score.
Yeah, and I've spent time training with his coach, Christian Woodman, so he's not here tonight, but he's an Atos black belt under Andre Galval, so he's learning from a guy that's learned from one of the best jiu-jitsu competitors of all time. So, you know, this is a guy that maybe his record doesn't show it, but he's got a wealth of skills that he's looking to put on display tonight.
You know when you get a Phil Collins walkout track and a Hulk Hogan tribute, see, some of the elder statesmen, these are our generation right here,
my kind of people, man. Shoot. We grew up on VHS tapes. Probably half the people listening here on OnlyFans don't even know what the heck a VHS tape is.
I have no clue whatsoever.
Go!
Love to see it, though. Staying busy, getting better. Obviously, jiu-jitsu, an art that you can practice forever.
Absolutely. Right away, Maslany's on the hard head snap, looking to get into a leg entanglement.
Posturing up right now. Pressey Jr. controlling that. Yeah, I was going to say, controlled the ankle and made the turn.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to try to maybe attack that ankle, try to bump him with his knee, but elects to kind of sit into this leg entanglement. Maslany attacking the head, doing a lot of head snaps, trying to control the posture of Pressey Jr.
Tactical battle here with the leg entanglements. Still early, dry. No sweat built up just yet.
That's the best time to attack a leg.
Yes, it is.
We've seen that a few times tonight.
Yes, we have a couple of rapid submissions tonight. You love to see it. Obviously frustrating when you're on the wrong end of that. Feel like you never really get into your game, but quick attacks, quick submissions. That's what people want to see.
Maslany picking at the ankles of Pressey. Trying to attack that seated guard. But he's going to have to circle more than one direction. He's going to have to go side to side. He's going to have to misdirect him. And it looks like he's got a bite on the leg. And Pressey Jr. almost looked like he was looking for a berimbolo there, looking for a back take. Maybe wasn't in the right position to get there.
Back and forth in these positions, you're absolutely right. Oh, we thought about jumping past it, didn't quite get off the ground.
I thought he'd need him in the face.
And then 2 for a second.
Jeez, because someone in the crowd was like, oh, I was like, oh my gosh. Got to pay attention to the rules, no strikes.
No strike, we said it, no striking of any kind. What if I leap past him and my knee grazes his head?
He gave the rules a little bit somehow.
Pressey Jr. fortunately okay right now, working from his back, controlling that left wrist, lets it go.
He's got to get more of a reaction out of Pressey Jr. I mean, both guys kind of fighting at a comfortable pace, and now, as I said, he attacks the arm. Pressey Jr. counterattacks, looking for an armbar himself, and we're back to the same position we were before. Both guys just kind of in the seated position.
But that's exactly what you said, right? Kind of got to have those quick explosive moments to force a reaction, to force a moment, to force him to move to a different place, than to stay right here.
Absolutely. I mean, when both guys are kind of settling into what pace is comfortable for them, but usually competing at a comfortable pace, unless you have freakish conditioning and you can really fight at a high clip, you have to take chances. You have to get your opponent out of not necessarily out of position, but you have to get them out of their rhythm. when you're competing at your pace, that means you're competing at your rhythm. You have to get those two things out of alignment. You got to get them out of sync, and that's going to create opportunities for you to attack.
Right here, I was going to say, Pressey did get a little bite on that ankle. Maslany, though, reacted well, escaped. He'll get back to a familiar position here. Under 2 minutes to go here in regulation.
Yeah, it looked like Pressey was almost attacking like an Estima lock there. But usually the Estima lock's better when you're on top, not necessarily when you're on bottom. Maslany looking for a knee cut. He's got to try to get his knee pinned on the other side of Pressey Jr., but Pressey Jr. kind of getting a bite on his leg here. See what he can get going here with 1:18 seconds left in regulation. There's that Barabola looking for that back control, and he gets the sweep. That was nice.
Man, created the opportunity, unable to capitalize, but it was there for him momentarily.
Yep.
Just over a minute to go here. Again, we do go to golden score in overtime. That's a 1.5-minute long period here if we do not get a finish in regulation. Just 50 seconds to work right now.
And I like the way that Pressey Jr. is controlling the wrist, going 2-on-1. But what he needs to do is when he's going 2-on-1, he's forcing Maslany to like posture and pull his arms away. When he postures up and pulls his arms away, that's creating space for you to get to your attacks. And he's not capitalizing on those openings.
Hear the warning there for the final 30 seconds. They work near the edge. Pressey Jr., first time working from top position, trying to slide past the guard. Can he make something happen late?
Really good misdirection passing from Pressey Jr. I'd like to see him try to get on top in overtime. I mean, obviously if he gets a takedown, he's gonna win, but if he can force Maslany to sit to a guard, I like what I was seeing at the end of regulation with his passing skills.
Bell sounds there to end regulation, which means we will set up for overtime. Golden score overtime. That is the first scoring maneuver to be landed. Earns the athlete the victory in the match, whether it be a takedown, whether it be a pass. Of course, you can still get a submission as well. You got to make some hair adjustments as you go into. I mean, just let it all down at this point, right?
I don't miss those days when I had long hair, man. I mean, I miss the way it looked and felt, but competing, man, having that in your face, it was terrible. It was not fun.
It's a good look, though. I mean, sometimes got to make sacrifices to look cool, right?
I mean, he's got a lot more lettuce than I did. I mean, holy smokes, I didn't think his hair was that long. Holy crap.
Making the adjustments now as we get ready.
I mean, that bun's essentially a handle. If I'm Maslany, I'm gonna grab that bun and I'm gonna control. You know, you can't pull the hair, but you can use it as almost like a shift knob.
A little leverage point.
You grab gears, grabbing the man bun.
1.5 minutes to work. First scoring maneuver wins the matchup in golden score. It can be a takedown, it can be a pass, it can be a sweep. If you elect to pull guard, you are allowed to sit if you want.
Pressey Jr. was just kind of walking Maslany down, just got him backing up on a straight line and forced him to sit a guard. And this is the position that I want to see Pressey Jr. work from, because I like the passing that I was seeing at the end of regulation. And look at this, that was nice. He almost gets the ankle inside control.
Trying to establish the top position now. Great re-guard underneath, scrambling.
He might have it.
Oh, he gets inside control. He's got to hold it for the count. And that'll do it. Gets the pass and gets the win. Great work from Dennis Pressey Jr. Spent a lot of time working underneath, and he says, silence to the haters. Got the win. As you said, you saw the setup, the late passing work. It paid off for him in overtime. Let's take it to Jason Liederfine.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee has called a halt to the bout at 1:16 in overtime due to pass, declaring your winner, Dennis Pressey Jr.
Great work there late for Dennis Pressey Jr. And Mike, I think he kind of set it up, right? Like he was working underneath a whole lot. Then we saw in the very end of regulation that, boy, he does have some really good guard passing opportunities, executed perfectly in overtime.
Well, that just shows he's got a good, well-rounded game. And I would like, look, for me, preferably, I like to work from top. You know, I like to work on top. I like to work. I like to pass. I like to attack topside submissions. So I have a little bit of a bias of what I like to see in athletes, I'll be honest. But I just like the way he was able to open up and show that he's got he's more than a guy that just sits guard. And look at this, the way he's able to misdirect him. Looks for that head and arm control. Look at the way he gets past the legs here. He almost looked like he was gonna go knee on belly, but he sits his legs back, underhooks the leg with his right arm, pins the shoulder blades flat on the mat. controls the position, wins the match in overtime.
Pretty incredible.
Good stuff from Pressey Jr.
Found a small child to celebrate with as well. I hope it was his. I'm assuming.
Just a random kid in the crowd.
Hey. All right, let's keep the action going now at 185 pounds. It's Jovani Martinez and Nick Willey.
The following CFFC BJJ bout is brought to you by Club Tails Crushers, crafted to chill. Introducing first, out of the green corner, weighing in at 186 pounds, representing Sharpshooters Grappling Club out of Oxford, Pennsylvania, Nick Willey.
Nick Willey, very familiar face runner, 4-1 record in CFFC BJJ, including submission wins over Brett Martinez via wrist lock, Robby de la Riordan via Kimura. His lone loss was a golden score takedown loss to the great Joe Pfeufer. You know what a powerhouse he is. He actually fought twice under the CFFC banner way back in the day. TKO win over Matt Ruskin at CFFC 50 in 2015, 1-1 overall. He'll always put the singlet on, let you know what he's coming out there to do. Nick Willey, his 6th appearance here at CFFC BJJ.
And his opponent, out of the red corner, weighing in at 186 pounds, representing Semper Fi MMA, out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Jovani Martinez.
At 22 years old, he is 15 years younger than his opponent, Jovani Martinez. We have seen him once before. He actually suffered a loss via rear naked choke in May of last year, but the Semper Fi MMA product is back tonight here as we work towards the tail end of our preliminary matchups. Appreciate everybody that's joining us here early tonight, leading into our main card on UFC FIGHT PASS.
Ready?
My man
Take
Michael
hands.
Chiesa with me tonight, having a great time
Go.
so far. Morgan Words in the building with us all night long as well. And these two big boys are getting at it.
The only thing Wiley could do to throw me off more than what I've dealt with so far between the, the pink pants and the dinosaur and the t-shirt, I'm thinking, is he got this Macho Man thing going? Then he's got the singlet. If he sat guard right now in the singlet, I wouldn't know what to expect from the guy at this point. But obviously, if you're wearing a singlet, you're going to shoot to a single leg and get to the back like he did just now against Martinez.
Trying to sink in the hook. Great roll there, but Willey, I was going to say, capitalized by grabbing the neck, unable to do so, but yeah, great work there early. Yeah, you have to turn your singlet back in if you sit guard.
Yeah, you absolutely have to. Yeah, just take it off, man. But look, great takedown, way to get to the back. Right now, kind of in a knee cut position, and it looks like Martinez is trying to make something of it. And great pass to side control from Wiley. I mean, listen, when a guy, I'm not just saying this to be funny, when a guy comes out in a single, you can kind of expect the way they're going to grapple. It's exactly this. He's going to take you down. He's going to get to referee's position. He's going to pass your guard and just try to pin you flat, control you. He's going to slow the match down. Maybe it might not be the most fast, explosive moves, but a lot of control, a lot of strength. And we're seeing that on display right now. He's got Martinez pinned in side control right now, looking to step over to mount.
Yeah, it's heavy riding right now as he tries to slide the knee over and step to mount, unable to do so, but you see the heavy pressure from the top. And yeah, you're right. I mean, you wear a singlet, like you're sending a message. Look at this, though, as he steps over the back. You're sending a message of what I'm going to do.
It's a lot of positional dominance. That's the keystone for anybody that's a wrestler that comes into the sport of jiu-jitsu. You got to anticipate positional dominance if you're facing a wrestler.
You're seeing a little bit of the speed and athleticism, though, as well. We talked about the power, but some great transitions. Work to the back there.
Working for like a power half here. Maybe he's going to chin cup him, try to sit him in his lap and get to his back.
Martinez wisely spun inside. Understood what was at stake there, and he'll move all the way back to the feet. Reset here, tries a shot of his own. Willey just stuffs him.
But I like that from Martinez. That's smart on his part to not be complacent. Look, he's dealt with his strength. He's felt Wiley on top of him. It's good on him to get back to his feet, try to work some takedowns. But look, Wiley, beautiful double leg, gets to the corner.
Beautiful takedown. He gets the 3 points there.
He goes right to a thigh pry. Now he's looking to get to the back. He's got a seatbelt here. What he needs to do is when he's trying to pull Martinez into his lap, it's giving Martinez the openings to spin out and escape. What he needs to do, instead of trying to pull him into his lap, you almost need to chair sit him. You need to get to his seatbelt, chair sit him. That way you can sink your hook. So when you just try to pull somebody into your lap, you basically pull them on top of you and they can spin. So you want to set up those back attacks by not just pulling them into your lap. You want to set them up, use your claw rides, use your wrestling rides, but he's working a north-south choke right here.
You can see he's grimacing on that squeeze. He let go of that position, looking for the north-south, and look at this. Oh, he thought he had the tap. You think he went out?
I think he went out for a second. Kind of looked like it.
Yeah, the way he let go of it, and you saw the way the shoulders were relaxing, I didn't know if he went out or tapped, unfortunately for Nick Willey. And look, that is why they tell you in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and mixed martial arts, you go until the referee tells you to stop.
Well, it wasn't even just that too, John. It looked like Martinez kind of popped his hand up like, I might tap. And then that's the same time that Willey made the adjustment on the choke. That was kind of a weird sequence there.
An interesting moment there. Now, right now, Willey stepping back over, trying to get mount, see if he can reestablish that position. I mean, he was definitely grimacing on that squeeze.
Looks like he's trying to knee cut through. He's almost kind of in like a 3/4 mount here. If he can get his left knee on the mat, keeping that right wrist of Martinez pinned on the mat, stuffing the legs, really just putting him in a lot of uncomfortable positions. Now he's in the 3/4 mount here.
Under a minute to go here in regulation.
And he gets to a full mount here now. Let's see if he can smother him. What he needs to do now is if he's going to attack the arms, he's got to try to get the elbows of Martinez above his head. So what he's got to do is he's got to get underneath the elbows with his hands, push the elbows above his head. But Martinez gets back to a half guard. It almost looks like Willey's almost looking for like an Ezekiel or a smother.
Oh, turn to the arm.
Yeah. Man.
I like that. It's like an Ezekiel with a smother together there. I like that. And it's nasty. You know?
Yeah, that's
perfectly legal.
Perfectly legal, yeah, absolutely.
And by the way, look, he's going to try to finish this off anyway. Can he get the guillotine? No.
Man, it is just non-stop offense from Willey through regulation. I mean, we have seen him attack numerous submissions, lots of passing, great takedowns. I mean, he's got Martinez on the ropes very much so, John.
Yeah,
your corner.
And I'm sure we'll take a look at a replay here. Look, I don't know what happens, but let's take another look at it.
See, look, he's got the first bite on the north-south. You can see Martinez grimacing. He pulls his hand up almost like he was going to tap. And then he definitely, it looks like he went out. Look at, you see the way he kind of jumped back into it? Hey, and that's good on Martinez. That just shows how tough he is.
Well, Jovani might not even realize he went out. You know what I mean? Like, he just coming, and maybe he did. It looked like he did there. Yeah. But I will say, it's not as if he's doing anything wrong. He's just supposed to keep competing. He might not even know what happened there.
Absolutely. But this is good for him to shake the cobwebs off, get some time.
Stop until I tell you to stop.
Ever since that sequence, he was very much on the ropes. Lots of submissions he had to thwart off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to overtime.
Ready? Ready?
Christian Ruggieri gave a warning there to Willey, said, don't stop until I tell you to stop.
And Willey goes right to the body lock, and Martinez tried to sell out with the lat drop.
And look at this, he's trying to establish the back, and that's going to do it.
Yeah.
Just that easy. A little bit frustrated, I imagine, that he didn't get to walk away with the submission win. Looked to me like Jovani Martinez might have been out, not sure 100%, but nevertheless, it doesn't cost Willey the result. He gets the win in overtime. Let's take it to Jason Lederfine and make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee has called a halt to the bout at 8 seconds of overtime. Due to takedown, declaring your winner, Nick Willey.
Nick Willey, I kind of feel like, and I don't anything against Jovani Martinez, I kind of feel like justice was served there a little bit, though.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And for him, the way he got the win in overtime, you know, ooh, here we go. A little Shawn Michaels, little HBK, a little Hulkster. We're getting a lot of stuff from Willey tonight. Listen, look at the way he fights the hands, goes to the high double, switches to the body lock, and Martinez tries to sell out, go for the lat drop, and from there, Willey just starts to pass the guard, gets to back control. Look at it, just a little snap right to that low body lock, some double underhooks, and Martinez tries to scramble to his feet, and Willey just controlled him. I mean, he really was he was in the driver's seat that entire match. That guy's a lot of fun, man.
He is a lot of fun. You see why we have him back.
Just a mixed bag of tricks.
You see why we keep him coming back here. Great stuff at CFFC BJJ 14. We will keep the action going here in our penultimate prelim. It is 200 pounds, Casey Malik and Kyle Hughes.
The following CFFC BJJ bout is brought to you by Silverback Stripes Athletic Apparel. Introducing first, out of the green corner, weighing in at 201 pounds, representing Balance Studios, out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Kyle Hughes.
37-year-old Kyle Hughes out of Balance Studios. Been here twice before, still seeking his first victory. Did have a draw with CFFC middleweight prospect Nieko. He lost a decision to Digiacomo, who we'll be seeing later on tonight. He returns to CFFC BJJ for the first time since May of 2024, so had about a year away to tighten things up, and he's back for his third trip, trying to get his first victory.
And his opponent, out of the red corner, weighing in at 200.5 pounds, representing Web Fitness and MMA, out of Voorhees, New Jersey, Casey Malik.
Casey Malik, 25 years old, a Web Fitness and MMA representative, making a CFFC BJJ debut in this 200-pound matchup. Looking like a tank as he steps onto the mats.
Yeah, speaking of tanks, I see Joe Piper in the corner. Joe Piper's got a fight lined up, but I'm not inclined to say who it is. I'll let him break the news, especially because I don't want to have to deal with him if I make a mistake there. But look,
you do not.
Two bad dudes, one good match. Let's see what happens here.
Been action-packed from the start here tonight in Atlantic City. Appreciate everybody joining us early. These two are going at it, trying to make things happen. Couple of bulls going at it.
You took the words out of my mouth. This has been the most physical match thus far, and we're not even 30 seconds into it. I mean, these guys, a lot of hard hands, hard snaps, hard shots. These guys are just kind of bullying each other around. One of these guys trying to establish dominance. And I love the hard hands from Hughes, man.
I was going to say, it's two rams on the side of a mountain, right? Just going at it.
Reminds me of that Mountain Dew commercial, you know, and it's like the guy.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, man.
Big time action, as you said, physical work.
A lot of hands in the face. I mean, yeah. These guys on the side of the mat, they're going to have their work cut out for them because these guys have been getting on the edge. Holy smokes.
They're working on that elevated platform.
And I like this. Malik gets to a single leg. Looks like he tries to take it across, go for like a Azucar outside double, inside double, I should say, and ends up in a front headlock. Does Casey Malik, and see Hughes working for a guillotine here, and
perhaps he'll circle to the back. Instead, we'll get a roll from Malik settling down underneath, right?
Yeah, and this is, I expect to see some physical passing from Hughes, just from what I saw on the feet, and immediately gets the side control, and oh man, he's got
watch his eyes.
Hands over the mouth. We call that in Washington, we call that an enchilada when you put your hand over the mouth and smother them. I'll tell you that story later.
Oh man, he's making it nasty in there. You heard Christian Rosarian say, watch the eyes, but he's like, the nose, the mouth, that's all fair game, man. Cover it up.
I can tell you the story about the enchilada. I mean, we are on OnlyFans.
That's true. This might be the perfect spot for the enchilada story. Michael Chiesa fitting right in with the CFFC team.
Absolutely, and look at this. We got Hughes. He's got head and arm control. He's got the hands over the mouth, just making things uncomfortable. I'm like grimacing in my seat right now. This is a position you don't want to be in, but look, Hughes is switching between making things uncomfortable with the smothering and just the grinding his head and just cross-facing, but ultimately I think he wants to get to that head and arm control, try and isolate an arm and get to an arm triangle. If I was a betting man, I would say that would probably be what his plan of attack is right here, and you can see he's trying to underhook and get that elbow of Malik above his head. And once he can get that elbow above his head, he can start to attack that arm triangle.
Watch his eyes.
I mean, look, it's a combat sport.
Oh, and look at him. He's just cross-facing, grinding his forearm bone on his face.
I love it. Aggressive,
I need
nasty.
you to try to escape, Adam. I need
This
to work.
is my style of jiu-jitsu. I mean, look, if it's within the rule book, play by the rule book. You can cross-face him, you can smother him, you can grind on him. This is very physical jiu-jitsu from Kyle Hughes.
Yeah, I don't know if his training partners like Kyle Hughes that much, but
I bet he's the guy open mat that just kind of stands there with his hand up.
No eye contact.
Waiting for someone to make
eye contact.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. Once someone makes eye contact, me and you. Yeah, right.
Oh, nasty work from the top, and you can see Casey Malik underneath. I mean, he's trying to do what he can. He's trying to frame away. He's trying to create some space.
And look at him. He's just kind of a little bit of gamesmanship, kind of looking at the clock.
Want to see how much time he has left in regulation? The answer is about 1.5 minutes right now.
And I don't think Malik's wearing a mouthpiece. I bet he really is wishing he had something to kind of bite into right now.
The teeth are grinding into the gums and the lips. He's like, oh,
yeah.
I guess I should have worn that mouth guard tonight.
Man, that just does not look fun.
Kyle Hughes, you know what you're signing up for when you accept a match against him. This type of work.
Look at that, just the way he's using his forearm, just kind of sawing it over his face. When I say sawing, it's like when you take a handsaw and saw a log, you just kind of grind your forearm back and forth on their face.
I mean, just driving the elbows in anywhere you can.
Yeah.
You see the shoulder pressure there up against the forearm.
There it is. Looks like he's trying to isolate that arm. Looks like he's sitting to a triangle.
Beautiful little step over to Casey Malik. Maybe a chance to finally have some space. Sit back on the leg instead in the final minute. Not there.
Center.
Casey Malik pulls away. They reset on the feet.
If I'm Malik, I'm just going to take a breath of air just because you've been getting smothered for the last 5 minutes. I mean,
100%.
Take advantage of this time to reset, but what he's got to do is he's got to be the guy on his front foot. He's got to get the takedown in overtime. He could win this match with just a takedown after getting dominated in regulation, and I say that respectfully because you know, if you train with Body Bags Pfeufer, you are a game competitor, you are tougher than a $2 steak, so let's see if he can make something happen in overtime.
Just seconds left. They'll be brought back to the center. Not likely enough time to make anything happen. And regulation will in there. And you're absolutely right. If you're Casey Malik, and he's kind of got a wry smile on his face, he walks back, you got to feel a little bit proud that you just survived all that nastiness.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, when you train with Joe Pfeufer, I mean, I'm not sure if Joe Pfeiffer's sawing on your head and putting his fingers in your mouth, but I mean, I'm sure that he's dealt with some tough rounds given the gym that he trains at. So this is not foreign territory for him. So I think going into overtime, I don't think he's shook. I don't think his confidence is fractured in any way.
Casey Malik getting that advice from Joe Pfeufer in the corner here in his CFFC BJJ debut. It was a baptism by fire in his debut as he was just getting grinded from Kyle Hughes. And
ladies and gentlemen, we're going to overtime.
Ready?
Go to overtime, golden score opportunities, and as you said, if you're Casey Malik, you do have to be like, hey, I've got an opportunity here. As horrible as that regulation was, and I'm a little bit surprised here, Kyle Hughes set and pulled.
I am very surprised. Did he maybe wear himself out a little bit trying to go for the finish? We'll see what happens.
Quite possible.
And you see Malik drops to a footlock. He might have it.
Submission.
Belly down. That's deep.
The finish.
That's deep.
Can he get the tap?
Oh, he was in a better spot when he was belly down. He's got to get the angle. Do not let this guy pass. I was very surprised to see Hughes sit to a guard. Now Hughes working for a weave pass here. You can see Malik framing out.
Oh, he doesn't want to give up the points, but he's going to settle. He almost had the reversal there. But he's going to get the pass, establish the top position, and that's going to be an overtime win for Kyle Hughes. Casey Malik did not make it easy. And I love the fact, and this is great as we lean into our main guard, don't settle. Keep trying, because he almost reversed out of that position. Didn't, though. We'll make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee has called a halt to the bout at 37 seconds in overtime due to pass, declaring your winner, Kyle Hughes.
So Kyle Hughes in his third attempt gets his first CFFC BJJ victory. But again, Casey Malik did not make it easy. And as I said, I think that's just good advice to anybody in those golden score opportunities. Once you're in the position, it has to be established. So don't just lay there. Try to get out. He almost got out of it. Ultimately couldn't do it.
And look at this. You see Malik drops back on that straight ankle lock. And look, he had a really good bite on it when he was belly down. If he could have got his right shoulder to the mat and got to that angle, that right side, man, he could have got the tap. Look at the way that Hughes was able to settle in. He drops his right hip down as Malik was trying to frame out and elevate him. Once he dropped that right hip down, he posts that right knee, shuts down any opportunity for Malik to shrimp out, and ultimately wins the match in overtime.
Man, that, as you said, is our most physical match of the night thus far, to say the least. Those two guys are going at it, and we've got one more preliminary bout to come your way before we kick it over to UFC Fight Pass for our main card. And we shall get to that now. It'll take place at 180 pounds. It is Robby Bloom and Peter Fazekas.
The following CFFC BJJ bout is brought to you by OnlyFans. Introducing first, out of the green corner, weighing in at 176 pounds. Representing 613 Fight Factory out of Ontario, Canada, Peter Fazekas.
Peter Fazekas here from Ontario, Canada. We've seen him twice before. Unfortunately, lost both times. Straight ankle lock in both of the losses, but it did come to a couple tough BJJ experts in mixed martial arts in Pat Sabatini and Joe Selecki.
Man, and those, I don't know if those matches were contested at 180 pounds, but I'm just thinking, man, that guy is huge. Get a little, you know, put a little feather in Pat Sabatini's cap, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
And his opponent, out of the red corner, weighing in at 179 pounds, representing Tap House Jiu-Jitsu out of Atlantic City, New Jersey, Robby Bloom.
Professional wrestling references continue on tonight as Robby Bloom makes his way to the match 2-1 record in CFFC BJJ, most recently in May, the Golden Score win over Matt Ferriola via takedown.
I hate that Colby Covington stayed to this song because I love Kurt Angle growing up, and I freaking hate Colby Covington. That guy's such a douche. Sorry. I know we're on OnlyFans.
We allow that here.
Don't worry, I'll clean it up when we get on Fight Pass.
All right, final preliminary bout. They both sit at the same time, but it was Robby Bloom who postured back up when he saw the double sit. Takes top position as he settles into Fazekas guard.
Yeah, and Fazekas looking for almost a rubber guard, but if you're going to attack a rubber, or if you're going to use a rubber guard, you have to bring your knee to your chest before you grab your ankle. If you grab your ankle first, you're just torquing on your knee. So I think he wants to go to that next time. He's got to go with the knee first, but now he's attacking a triangle, and he might have this, John.
How quick is that? Leg came up over the shoulders. He's got it in place. You see right now, Bloom pressing down on the left side, trying to create a little bit of space to survive.
Robby has to keep his left arm from getting put across the chest, and you can see that's what Fazekas is trying to do right now. He's trying to push that left arm of Bloom across the chest, and he doesn't have the shoulder completely. You want to bury the shoulder when you're going for a triangle, so the fact that Bloom's shoulder is still in play and his left arm isn't across the chest, he's got a fighting chance to get out of this triangle, but Fazekas is going hard on the head to try to get the choke.
Couldn't get the left arm over. He's pulling down on the head to try to get the adjustment. Needs him to make an adjustment on the ankle. Now he's trying to turn the hips.
And that's what you got to do to bury the shoulders. You got to underhook the leg. Fazekas has to underhook the right leg of Bloom with his left arm, and then he can bury that shoulder and have a better angle. Because then if you get that angle, you don't need the arm to come across the chest. But he definitely has Bloom on the ropes right now.
Yeah, he's a little too square right now to make this work, but he certainly has an opponent in trouble right now. Fazekas seeking his first victory here at CFFC BJJ in a great position here early.
And there he is. Look at the way he elevated his hips to get the arm across the chest. He might have this, John.
Slides over to the side. Can he get the angle on it? And I got it! Nice adjustment from Peter Fazekas. A couple of frustrating results last time out. You can see the frustration in his eyes each of the last times he stepped off the CFFC BJJ mat. Tonight he will get his hand raised with an impressive submission victory. Beautiful work from the Canadian. Let's take it to Jason Efrain and make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has called a halt to the bout at 1 minute 44 seconds due to triangle choke. Declaring your winner by submission victory, Peter Fazekas.
Beautiful triangle choke, and Mike, he had the lock in there, but I think sometimes people don't realize the subtle, details that need to be to get it to work, and he had to make adjustments. Robby Bloom didn't make that easy on it, but eventually got to the position he needed.
Yeah, I love the way that he was able to go through essentially the checkdowns of when you have a triangle. When you attack a triangle and you don't have the shoulder buried and you don't have the arm across, you got to go through your checkdowns to get the tap. But essentially, when he was able to underhook the right leg of Bloom with his left hand, he was able to get the angle, bury the shoulder, and you can just see right here. Look at the way when he elevates his hips, you pop your hips up into the arm, and then when you bring your hips down, it creates enough space for you to slide that arm across. So that's one of those checkdowns that's imperative when you are attacking the triangle choke. You attack the head first, get the arm across, get the angle, get the tap, get the win.
And get the interview with Morgan Worth as well.
Thanks, John. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm with your winner, Peter Fazekas. Congratulations, you got the job done with a finish. How are you feeling about your performance?
That's what I came here for. I wanted to come finish. I was trying to be on the main this card, but I got bumped down a little bit. I had a few losses to the top guys, to Joe and Pat, who are super studs. but I took those matches with like 1 week's notice, if that, and I still put up a good match with those two killers. So I had like a full time to prep for this one, and I came here to finish real quick. I just want to say shout out to my girl Allie and my boys at home. I told you I was gonna finish this one.
You had the triangle very early on, but you had to make an adjustment. So talk me through that adjustment to finally get the tap.
Well, I knew like Robby was a solid competitor. So when I got the position, I was trying to be super careful not to screw it up. So I took my time, and I didn't want to open up and let him get his legs around me. He's a long, tall guy. I was standing up and stuff. So I tried to just play it really smart and safe. And when I saw the moment to shift his elbow and underhook, I got it locked in and finished.
Well, you certainly got it locked in and you certainly gotten the finish. What is the statement you wanted to make on the mat tonight?
That I'm a main card guy, John. I didn't get a chance to show my shit. Now you see. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, mic drop there. Your winner, Peter Fazekas.
I just want to make clear he was calling.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go live at the top of the hour on UFC Fight Pass, headlined by 2 championship bouts.
Yeah, I just want to make sure he wasn't calling me out. He was calling.
Yeah, I was like, I'm looking to see if he's pointing at you. I'm like, Law and Order, man. You don't want the smoke.
I know Jess has got my back. All right, you take a look at that main card coming out. That wraps up our prelims. UFC Fight Pass got 10 total matchups, including this incredible pack of featured bouts that we've been talking about all night long. 2 title matches at the top of the bill. Intrigue on both of those, and some fantastic matchups the rest of the way through as well. Sicho Kim and Elder Cruz, Andrew Cockrell, Sergio Villas, Dietrich Trumbauer, Jack Reynolds, Daishi Goto versus Jarvin Pacheco. I mean, you can read it. It's right there for you, but I'm just trying to help you out to let you know what we got coming on the main card at UFC Fight Pass. It starts at the top of the hour. Michael Chiesa will be with me. Of course, Morgan Worth will be with me. We will continue the action here from the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. A fantastic summer night here on the Atlantic City Boardwalk. We appreciate everybody that joined us here on OnlyFans. We'll see you in just a few moments on UFC Fight Pass.